I've been thinking lately. I've been thinking about what's the purpose of life lately. I, for the longest time in my life, I had a victim mindset. I thought that everything was a worry, everything was a stress, everything was bad. Why do I have to wake up early to go to school? Why do I have to work this job that I don't like? Why do I have to be around the friends that I don't like? Why do I have to get ridiculed and made fun of by people and never stand up for myself? Why do I have to work a job that doesn't pay me enough, that I don't love, that I really don't have any future or see myself working anymore? Why do I have to continue and do this? For the longest time in my life, I thought like that, and ultimately it became my mindset, it became the way I lived, it became everything I thought about. And I know I'm not the only one out there. There's other people out there that have so much worry, so much stress, so much why me victim mindset out there. And it truly, yes, is you, but also there are a lot of things in this world that are made to put you down and to put you in a state of negative emotions, negative mindset, and overall just a scared and worried person. One is social media. Guys, social media is meant to put you down. I get that you like the funny videos. I get that you like to kind of escape from reality and watch edits or, sports stuff or whatever it is. But you got to think of it as when you're bored, when you're not happy with life, when you're struggling, when you're in a state of negative emotion, you then going and looking on social media to escape from that is saying, one, my life is not good enough. My current state, my current way of life isn't good enough, and what I'm doing right now is not good enough, so I'm going to go out, escape, and go and find release with other people, which ultimately is not a bad thing, right? It's not a bad act, it's not a bad gesture, but then you see people on jet skis in some random tropical place, and you're like, dang, I just got dumped by my girl, rent's due coming up, I don't have much money for that. My parents are yelling at me. I got, friends that make fun of me, whatever it is, right? And then you got to go and look at someone in a different place, different lifestyle, different viewpoint, and then say, wow, if I was just on a jet ski right now, if I had all this money that I see, dang, if that was my yacht, dang, if, I had his life, maybe I'd be happy. Maybe I could get over the stuff that I'm dealing with right now. Maybe that if I could be in his shoes and not mine, I would then truly be happy. And that's what social media does inadvertently, right? Because people rarely are posting their negatives about their life. Every single time you open social media, it's supposed to be this grand, awesome thing that you see, right? Oh, hey, we went to dinner and we dressed up. Look at us. We went to the nicest restaurant in the city. Wow, look at us. Everyone liked my post, make me feel better about myself. Social media is truly making everyone unhappy. And I'm not saying it's all bad, right? There's helpful videos on YouTube. There's a healthy amount of scrolling you can do on TikTok. There's, ways to network. There's a way to meet people. There's ways to grow your business. There's ways to do a lot of good things with social media. But if every single time you open the app and you say, gosh, I just need to get away, my life right now is not doing me enough, I need to get away, and then you go and you look at someone else's life and that's how you want to get happy, you are making yourself miserable. Because in the moment, it's good, right? It's good to look at all the good things about social media, but guess what? You cannot stare at that phone for forever. And sooner or later, you will be put back into the situation that you wanted to get out of, that you wanted to escape. And you will then be unhappy, right? Because you're looking at the video of the fancy cars, the fancy watches, the yacht, the girl that you want, guy, whatever you're into. You're looking at the lifestyle you want all the stuff that social media is throwing at you. And then once you close that phone, you push lock and you're like, okay. And then you got to go back to the same position that you wanted to escape. You then get sad, you feel hopeless, you feel I'm not good enough. You say, well, why can't I have that? You get even more frustrated, more unhappy with your current situation, that it becomes a cycle, right? And that becomes an addiction. You looking at other people's lives, you looking at other people's made up, fictional, posting all my good moments online, that you cannot you don't realize that they also have problems. They also have insecurity. They also have worries. They also have stresses. They also have things that happen to them that I promise you, you wouldn't even realize that you have a lot of good things that are better than them. You have a lot of things that they wish they had. They have a lot of things that you wish you didn't have. And if you just go out and you try to focus on the fact that, gosh, this person right here, he has the best life ever. I wish he had his life. I promise you don't. I promise you that dude is struggling with stuff that you're like, I'm glad I don't have that. But he doesn't post about that. She doesn't post about that. It's all good on social media. It truly does make you unhappy. It truly does make you sad about your current situation even more, right? It puts a greater distance with what you're trying to accomplish, and it makes you focus on other people instead of focusing on fixing your life, the things that you can focus on, the things that you can truly work on and truly better yourself at to become the person that you're seeing in those videos. And it's not bad to look at that stuff and be like, dang, I want to get that stuff. You get motivated by that, right? You see a car, dang, man, imagine me in that. Imagine me with my girl driving Tuesday afternoon, we're going to lunch, no worries, no stress, got a lot of in the bank account. It's not bad to go out and see something like that and say, oh, dang, I want that. But it is bad to compare yourself to them. I was a very emotional person, and I would listen to those emotions in my head. I would think that those emotions had my best interests in mind, and time after time after time, I would be let down, and I would do something in an emotional state. And then once that state passed, once whatever's happening in the current moment passed, that emotion wouldn't be with me, but the decision that I made would. When I started to trade, I brought those emotions to me with trading. And I lost a lot of money, I'll be honest. Before I went and did trading, I did a summer over in Seattle, Washington. I sold door-to-door pest control. And one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, and gut-wrenching, but that was the first time in my life that I was forced to not be emotional and forced to just follow the script that you have when you go out to do any type of sales, solar, pest, alarms, whatever it is. They have a certain script for you, and it seems so silly and so like monotone, so robotic what you're doing with the script. And every single person goes through this, but you see the script and you're like, that does not work. What are you talking about? Or you're like, okay, I'll read the script, I'll learn it, I'm gonna do great. And you go out and you get rejected, you get, your door slammed in your face, whatever it is, and you start to question yourself, you start to question the strategy. And it happens to everyone. You start to then drift from the known script that people have used in the past, and it is a known thing that if you just follow the script, you will be successful. But because you're in an emotional state, because you don't know how to actually do whatever you're doing, you then get emotional, you get trying to do it my own way, trying to, reinvent the wheel, trying to think I'm better than, the script, whatever it was. Getting emotional was making me lose money, was making me question myself, was making me truly like confused, and it clouded my brain. And once August hit to September, I 4 times my revenue just by doing that. And that was honestly, that last month was the best time of my life, because all the worry, all the stress, all the questioning, all the emotion that was in me just got, it escaped, and it was so much clarity and so much confidence in the fact that, dude, just follow the script. It doesn't have to be perfect, and work hard. Once I got home, I knew that I wanted to do trading. I knew that I wanted to do trading for a long time. A lot of people said, are you sure you can do that? Are you sure that that's gonna work out for you? They questioned kind of what I, would do, and I would let that get me emotional and drift me from my strategy, which was work hard, study, and focus on yourself and believe in what the time that you're putting in. I, worked a part-time job. I was doing valet, and I studied my absolute ass off, looking at charts, looking at different, videos. I watched the whole TJR bootcamp video. I, followed all the mentors on YouTube, on Instagram. I truly did just focus on the strategy, which I didn't open a funded trading account. I knew that if I did, I would have blow my money, right? I still did lose some funded accounts once I did open it, but from September to December, I strictly focused on back testing, focusing on a strategy, and doing what worked. And once December hit, I then failed 2 accounts because I got emotional. I got tied up. Once I saw real money going up and down, that's when I kind of got emotional. And after that, I took a step back. I said, focus on what you know, focus on what you're doing. And after that second blown account, I said, you know what? I'm not being emotional anymore. I'm trusting my strategy. And after I trusted my strategy, it has been just such I don't want to say easy, but I know what I'm doing. And I know that if I just trust my strategy, anything else that's on my mind is completely gone. I've passed, over 10 accounts now. The money's starting to come in, and I'm realizing that trusting your strategy is how you overcome being emotional, because being emotional is the main reason why people struggle in life. It's the main reason why people aren't happy. It's the main reason why people mess up all the time. It's the main reason why you're so lost and you're so confused in life, is because you listen to your emotions, which your emotions are a reaction of what is going on currently and not a good indication of what you need to do for the future, your future self, or what is necessary, right? Your emotions are going to be there either way. They're just like thoughts. Your emotions are just thoughts. And let's be honest, we cannot control our thoughts. Your thoughts come in, stuff comes in, you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that. And deep down, you know that you are. You know that you have talent, you know that you have ambitions, you know that you have a true skill. And a lot of people, even though they know deep down that they are truly important, they truly have something special, they let the opinions of others dictate what they do, dictate what they, what they say, what they wear, how they act, what career choice they do, whatever it is. They don't know exactly what goes through your mind. They don't know exactly what, makes your eyes pop when you see it. They don't know they don't know anything about you. They really don't. And listening to other people, listening to people that, haven't done what exactly you're trying to do, there's a reason why they're trying to say don't do it. They're saying don't do it. They're saying don't try that career choice. They're saying don't dress like that, don't act like that. Not out of compassion and love for you, out of, hey, I personally have never tried and done something that scary, and I would hate to see you do something that I was too scared to do. And a lot of times it's subconscious, right? They don't even realize that they're kind of saying that out of, spite, out of jealousy, out of envy. And deep down, if they truly cared for you, if they truly wanted you to be successful, if they heard that you were trying to start your clothing brand, start your trading journey, start whatever it is you guys want to do, be a writer, be a director, be door-to-door salesman, whatever it is, if they truly cared about you, they would say, you know what, good for you. How can I help you to be the best and most successful version of whatever you're trying to accomplish? They will drag you down to the limits that they put on themselves, and they will limit what you truly want to do in life. The main person, the only way you become whatever you want to do is through you. Through what you choose to believe, what you choose to let in your mind, what you choose to ultimately, how you model your life is exactly what you will become. Ultimately, if you don't choose what you want to do, if you don't sit down one day and say, you know what, this is what I want to do, this is how I'm going to do it, and this is what it, accepting that, hey, this is what it's going to take to actually get to this point. If you don't ever sit down and say that and then commit to it, you will never be anything. And through door-to-door salesman, my time over there, and learning how to trade, I have learned that it doesn't matter what other people say. Looking at social media to, make yourself feel better yourself never works. And being emotional, those are 3 things that truly stunted my growth, stunted what I truly wanted to be in life. And it took me so long, guys. That's another thing. Time. It takes time to be who you want to be. It takes time to change, right? And it's never easy. Change is never easy. It's never a fun thing, because what you're ultimately doing is you're telling your brain, you know what? We've been doing the same thing for, a month, a year, a decade, your whole life, however long it is. And now I'm going to do something that I don't know how to do, but ultimately deep down, you know that the only way that you get what you want is if you just say, hey, it's time to start, it's time to do it, it's time to have a strategy, have something that you are going to look for, a goal, have a strategy to get there, and have confidence in yourself that you know you can do it. You have to accept that. And anything else that comes with that is just emotion. I know a lot of people even, seeing this 1,000 times, because I would watch so many motivational videos. I would watch so many TikToks about be the greatest, blah, 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 about the training edits, whatever it is. And I knew that that's what I wanted to do. But then every single time my brain would say, okay, well, let's do it. I would then say, well, maybe not today, right? I'll start, this Sunday, right? Let's get the weekend done. And a lot of you will never be happy. A lot of you will never be where you want to be in life if you do not start making goals about what you want to change in your life. Okay, so literally, guys, if you guys are watching this video, get out a piece of paper, get out your journal, get out your phone, your notes app, whatever it is, and write down what you want to do in life. That's the first thing. What do I want to do in life? What are my goals? What do I want to change about myself? Where do I come up short? What truly makes me unhappy? Because you know it deep down what's making you unhappy. Your mom can't tell you, your dad, your sister, your brother, your friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it is, you cannot, other people can't tell you what you need to do. You're the only person that can tell you what you need to do, because that is a rational, known thing that you know deep down. It's not an emotion that's saying that, it's you that's saying that. 2, once you got everything that you want down, you are going to think, okay, what is it going to take for me to accomplish this? And at first, your brain's going to say, well, I can't do that, or that's a lot of work, or I don't really know what to do, but you do. Start small, right? I want to clean my room every single day for this week. Start small, right? I want to clean my room every day for this week. Cool. So what is it going to take for you to clean your room every single day? Well, I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't probably eat in my room. That's going to make it harder. I probably shouldn't leave clothes on the ground, right? I probably shouldn't, wait till the last moment to clean everything. Little things like that, those are things that are going to make sure the goal is completed, right? The goal is to clean your room every single day. And so your strategy should make it so that it's as easy and as thoughtless as possible. And the third thing you guys need to do after writing down your goals and writing down your strategy is what emotions are going to come up when I don't want to do the strategy. Because let's be honest, I want to clean my room every single day. Seems pretty simple. But let's be honest, once night comes, you've had a long day, you've had stuff come up, you've had this and that and all these other things. Are you going to want to put those clothes away? You're going to want to make your bed? Are you going to want to pick up? No. What you need to do is write down all of these emotions that you know you're going to feel when you do your strategy. And so that it's not a surprise when that you do your strategy, these emotions come up and you know, hey, I already knew this was going to come up. I already knew that. I already wrote it down. I can get it done, right? Because a lot of the times you'll do it. Okay, this is the goal. This is the strategy. Cool. And then every single time you try to do the strategy, these emotions will come up, and it's like you get blindsided, and you get, taken away, and you're like, wait, I didn't think of that. Like, oh, well, yeah, this, that, and that, and that, and that. But if you write it down before and you plan and you say, hey, I know for a fact when I'm going to do this, this is going to come up. When I try to do it this way, I know for a fact, this is going to come up. Little things like that are going to make it so much easier to create and get your goals down, guys. because ultimately speaking, this life, it's hard and it's challenging, and it takes a lot, and it puts a lot of stress on your mind and your body. And if you don't create goals and create strategies to make your goals be as easy as possible, you will never get anything done and you will be unhappy. A strategy to then tackle and to then fall back on when things get hard. It's the only way to be successful. It's the only way that this life becomes meaningful, that you have purpose, that you have growth, that you have everything that you want, is to be on your side, right? I don't know if you guys have ever read the book You versus You. It's a really good book. I recommend it to anyone, but it truly is you versus you in this life. And anything you want, anything that you want to accomplish, anything you want to strive for, you have one part of you that says, you know what, this is what I want. I know this is going to take this, and I know that, I know it's worth it. And then you have the other side of you that says, I don't need to do this though. I'm comfortable right here. Is it really worth it? I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if this, I don't know if that. And you have to listen to the side that's progressing, that's moving forward, that's pushing through, that's withstanding, that's doing what needs to be done to be successful in life. And I promise you, you will never do the positive side of thing, like your positive mindset. You will never do your positive mindsets and then later say, gosh, I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? You'll never have that realization after that I chose the wrong. And that truly is a worry-free, a stress-free life, and that's what makes you guys happy. Because the first time you do something, your strategy will be just push through, just go hard, and just get to the goal. That should be your first strategy. And then once you get to the goal, you know it's done, you get confidence, you get assurance that it's possible. Then your overall thinking should be, okay, that was hard, that was difficult, that was really tough. Okay, what can I do? What can I focus on to make sure that's not as hard the next time I do that? Because the goal was great. I love that I got to the goal, but that in the previous part was hard. So then you should be, okay, let's make that easier. Let's not have it be as hard the next time. That should be my main goal. It should not be, I'm not going to do it again, because you've known that the goal is great. You know the goal is worth getting, but the strategy and what you had to get to in order to get that should then be looked at, should be, okay, next I'm going to try and do this. Oh, that's so much easier. Gosh, I wish I would have done it the first time, but now I know. Find something you love. Find something that you absolutely love. Because this life's hard enough. You shouldn't be doing something that you kind of like, or you even hate, or you despise, or you wish you could do something else. Do something you love, so you know it's worth it when you get the goal. And once you get the goal, look back and realize, you know what, I do not want to work that hard again. How do I make it so I can still get the goal, but my strategy and how I get it done is easier, is less of a work, less of whatever it is. Be someone that you can be on your deathbed and be like, gosh, I worked hard. And I know for a fact that I did what I needed to do in order to succeed. And you will 100% be happy. Stay active, stay hungry, and go for it. I'll see you next one, guys.